set up the recording, captions, view, full screen, pin this down. Okie dokie. All right. Let's start with your first and last name.
Yep, Adam Craik, and managing partner at Stoll Craik, the Stoll Craik law firm.
Perfect. And Adam, what is the update on Rinderos Leiva's case?
So we met with her sister today, and we asked her sister to bring in everything that she could that related to her immigration history. When I mean immigration history, I mean Marta, right? And turns out that she had applied for asylum. And it looks like she may have been referred to United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Well, it looks like they may have referred her to the immigration court for deportation proceedings, which then generated a notice of failure to appear at an immigration hearing, and then generated a deportation in absentia. All right. So that was February 19th, 2020. Now, what's so really, really fundamentally wrong with this case is United States Citizenship and Immigration Services just recently approved her work permit, which means if they are the entity that referred her to deportation court and she's been removed or deported in absentia, why does she have a work permit, and why are they continuing to grant her work permit, which they've done numerous times? Numerous times, which means she had no idea, and I mean zero clue, that she had missed a hearing. What's really important and crucial there is we also backtracked and checked. She's been at the same address for 15 years. She's been here since 2007. She has 4 United States citizen children. Okay, so she's, ever since she was referred and applied for immigration for asylum, she's been at the same address. So USCIS, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, had they sent it to the right address, meaning a notice to appear in immigration court, she would have gotten it. And that's why she's blown away, because we did also visit her. We sent people to the jail today to get an affidavit done. She had no idea. She never received notice. And she's literally kept the same address. They keep sending the work permits to the same address. So everything she's done correctly, which makes this arrest really problematic.
Why, from your perspective, why is it problematic that this happened?
Well, if you keep issuing something to somebody that gives them the feeling and or the appearance of lawful status, how can they fix something that they don't know exists? And then to arrest them on top of that, that violates due process. If you don't know that you have a hearing, and then you're deported, and then you're arrested when you had no idea that it had ever taken place, because you were never given notice that if you failed to appear at your hearing, you could be deported, and then you're arrested, that is a complete violation of due process. Violates everything that we hold dear.
What is the takeaway from today's update?
The takeaway is somebody is not keeping a very good watch over what's going on right now with immigration. It seems like we're throwing everything against the wall and seeing what sticks, and quality control is not being done. When you have quotas, when you have daily arrests that you are required to do, and you're not going back and looking in the background and looking through the things that people have in their files, it's unfortunate. It really is. And now I can now completely understand why she absolutely freaked out, screamed. It makes sense now. When you're arrested, when you literally have a legal, lawful work permit on your possession, and you're arrested by the entities that are supposed to be finding people that are criminals, undocumented, people that are not on the radar, and you've been doing everything you've been asked to do, the takeaway is, who can you trust?
What year was she given her work permit?
Oh, it's been renewed numerous times. So she's had a work permit since 2015.
And that's through asylum.
That was
She
through
she
asylum.
she entered through asylum. Was her
Well,
asylum
not entered. She didn't
okay.
enter through asylum.
Okay.
Ultimately, once she had 10 years here in the country, I think she applied for asylum. Yeah.
How does that process work? How can
Well,
one
and see,
apply for asylum?
that's what's problematic is she went through a notary, a notario,
Mhm.
right? And notarios are famous for being chantajistas. They're famous for being people that don't know what they're doing, people that actually represent themselves as knowing how to do immigration services. So, I mean, and a lot of people, you can apply for asylum, you can apply, you can get a work permit 150 days after you apply. And is that something that's been abused in the past? And is it abused sometimes? You bet it is. Okay. But she was fleeing violence from El Salvador. She was also fleeing domestic violence from a very, very, very brutal partner. So she was getting away from that too. So some of the times what happens is these notarios say, hey, I'll get you a work permit. Don't worry, we can take care of it for you. But they don't tell you that they're putting you ultimately into deportation proceedings. They just tell you you get a work permit. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can get a work permit. And sometimes that happens because they commit fraud. And more likely than not, in this scenario, that's where she's kind of been a victim of. She's been basically, but they did it the right way, meaning that she did apply for a work permit the right way. She's been renewing her work permit the right way. And honestly, what's so interesting is we're going to get the notice to appear in immigration court. We're tracking that down right now. And I would be willing to bet you quite a bit that the NTA, which is a notice to appear, fails on its face. I bet you it doesn't have the date, time, and place listed on it, which is also a violation. So
Okay. So
anyway,
in 2015, she gets a work permit. She's been renewing it ever since.
mhm.
In the same entity that was issuing the work permit also issued the deportation or recommended her for deportation proceedings in 2020.
Yeah.
Got it. Anything
But
else?
they continue to give her work permit. The very entity that referred her, that should know that they referred her, right? That they referred her for deportation. And then it shows up as she's been deported in absentia. How do you keep giving a work permit to somebody knowing all you got to do is look under the A number, which is right there, that she was removed in 2020? So that gives you credence to, like, she had no clue that this was going on.
Thank you for your time.
Anyway,
I appreciate it. Take
you
care.
got it.
We'll
Take
talk
care.
soon. Keep me
All right.
posted. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye bye.
See ya.